Hi there, my name is Randy Braun.
And I'm Stacy Garlington.
Together we are co-teachers, co-instructors for the DJI Aerial Photo Academy. Where are we?
Today we are on the beautiful Bonneville Salt Flats.
Beautiful, huh?
Well,
they are, I guess. If you like salt, it's awesome. So, Bonneville Salt Flats, where are we? So I still want to know.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Where are we? We are in Utah. Salt Lake City's about, I don't know, an hour and a half that way. Wendover is about 20 minutes that way.
Right.
But we're out in the middle of kind of nowhere right now. I don't see another human, another car. No. There's no buildings, there's no trees, there's no airports.
I haven't seen a tree for 2 days.
Yeah, it's a really great place to fly a drone.
Sure is. We were looking for a really good place to test a few things. And boy, we stumbled upon it, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah.
So, today we are going to, I don't know, we're going to look at one of the functions of the DJI drones, and that's a really important function, an autonomous function called return to home. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, built into our drones, if we have an option to simply press a button and that allows our drone to fly back home to us, generally wherever you took off from, you can press a button and have that drone come back to you automatically without having to fly it.
That's amazing.
It's kind of like magic.
It is magic.
Yeah, yeah.
Black magic, voodoo. Can I say that?
I don't know.
Is that a religion?
I don't think so.
Okay, so return to home. It's a little bit spooky. The first time you do it, it is definitely spooky.
Yeah.
And normally, the first time you have to return to home, it is because of some situation where your drone has broken contact with your remote controller, or your camera has broken contact with your first person view, your viewing device, so you can't see what the camera sees. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, maybe I'm 3,000 feet out and 400 feet high over there. I can't, all of a sudden it's like, well, I think I can see the drone, maybe not. I lost track of it. I need to get that drone home. I can't see which way it's going. I can't even hear the drone. So in those circumstances.
Yep, our little life insurance policy is a return to home button.
It sure is. It's like the get out of jail free pass. It's, but you have to set it up properly before you take off. And
test it.
Test it. Let's test it. Test it when you don't need it.
Yeah.
We want to if it doesn't start snowing. It's cold in the desert. They said it was warm in the desert.
No, they lied.
My horse with no name ran away.
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, so we are going to go through some of the return to home functions today, and Stacy's going to do that. Are you set?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you always ready?
I was born ready.
You were born ready. She says that. Why is my drone open?
Because we're testing using your drone.
Thanks a lot. We're using my drone. My drone is the guinea pig drone. If anything ever goes wrong, it's my drone, not hers. She keeps hers in the pristine state that it is. So that way she can say she's never crashed a drone. Her drone.
I haven't.
She hasn't crashed ever a drone. So, all right. Thanks. I think it's time to go fly. And
let's go.
It looks like great conditions out here, so let's get my drone in the air and start messing around with return to home. All right, we're rolling.
Okay, so here we are. I'm going to get the drone started so we can test out the return to home feature with the Mavic 2 Pro here. I always turn my remote controller on first, and then I turn the drone on. We're using the smart controller today, so it's just going to take a couple seconds for us to get into the DJI Go app here. Mavic 2 Pro, we tap Go. Brings us to the Shetland pony. Boy, there we go. Okay, Mavic 2 Pro brings us to the opening page. I'm going to tap Go Fly in the bottom right corner. And from there, it brings me into aircraft status. I'm just going to give this a quick look, make sure everything looks good, all systems go. from this point, I'm going to make sure that I've calibrated my compass for the environment that I'm flying in. So from here, I'm going to my main controller settings, that top icon of the little drone. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom to advanced settings, tap on that. There it is, sensor state. From there, we've got two options, IMU and compass. I'm gonna tap on compass, and then from there, right on the bottom, it says calibrate compass. So I'm gonna tap on that prompt, and this brings me into the custom, the calibrate compass settings. I'm gonna make sure to always set my remote controller down a couple feet away from the drone itself while I do this. So I'm gonna pick the drone up, back of the drone facing me so I can keep my eye on these two LED lights. I'm going to bring it in a full circle until those little lights turn green. They've turned green. So at this point, I'm going to point the bottom of the drone up to the sky and do another full circle until those lights start blinking green on the back of the drone there. That's when I know that my compass calibration is good, all set to go. So I'm going to put that back down, come back and pick up my remote controller. And from here, I always like to just sort of make sure that all systems go. I like to make sure that I've got enough satellites, my battery looks good, my camera settings are sort of at a good starting point. And from here, it looks like everything's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a manual takeoff. Both sticks down and together. And to take off, I just, with the left stick, press straight up, real nice and steady. At this point, I see the back LED lights have blinked or flashed green several times. That's a really good sign. I've got, my home point has been located, so I know when I have to go press that return to home feature, this general area is exactly where the drone is gonna come back to. So I'm gonna go ahead and fly it up off into the distance. Okay, so at this point I still see my drone out there. We're only, let's see, we're at 476 feet in distance. Altitude is 60 feet right now. So let's say we're in a situation where we've lost connection with that DJI Go app and I no longer see what the drone sees. In some situations, if the wind isn't in your favor, you might not hear the drone at this point. So if you don't hear the drone, let's say you've lost a direct line of sight, let's say you don't see the drone, in some situations, you might have to press that return to home feature. So let's test it out today. I do see my drone out there, so I can kind of pay attention. I know before we got this started, my return home altitude should always be set appropriately for the environment in which you're flying. So if you've got tall buildings or tall trees, it's important to remember to set that return home altitude well above those obstacles so your drone can always make it home safely. So we're ready. I'm going to go ahead and press and hold my return to home button on the remote controller right here. It's going to have a series of beeps. And then at this point, the first thing my drone's going to do is it's going to go up in altitude to that predetermined height, which in this situation is 60 meters. So the drone is first going to go straight up to the 60 meters. It's going to, and then it's going to begin coming home to me. So I'm going to actually set this remote down right now so you can watch how this happens. I'm not controlling the drone at this point. It's strictly relying upon that predetermined home point that we set before takeoff. So I see the drone straight above me. It's already come back. It's just going to begin very slowly descending. And I suspect that drone is going to land probably within, I don't know, a 6-foot radius of where we actually took off. I see it coming down. I think I better get the remote out of the way in case it lands right on top of it. Beautiful. The drone's doing this completely on its own at this point. And there you have it. It came home all to itself, or all by itself, and we didn't have to regain connection with the remote controller at that point. If ever you're in a situation where you don't quite know how to get it home, that remote return home feature can get you out of a pinch. So, cut! Cut!
Awesome. Well done. All right. Okay, we're good. All right. Putting it away. Okay. That was a great day flying. Sun's going down. Starting to get a little chilly out here in the desert. We learned a lot.
It worked perfectly, though. It worked perfectly. Tested return to home in a couple different scenarios. Worked every single time.
It landed within 2 feet of our takeoff point most of the time. We had 20 satellites, 21 satellites locked in on the drone. So precision was fine today.
Yep.
All right.
Beautiful location.
We have to ease on down the road. We will be seeing you again soon, we hope. So stay tuned to us, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.